yemfa ensam na hodro no emaw na once again yakwa man so na ye Dr. Asante abonkomo da de kan ma ye Dr. L Ankra emo enkomo papa yi wono eye PRO e de ma fair wages and salary commission opanyi awia ye mo ha o
opportunity you so
na empo bako de
official. Hello.
Abanyete onka o.
Okay, first me doctor, me Mr. L Ankra. Hello.
Abanyete onka o.
Me too. I can hear you loud and clear. Hello.
Yo, yara Ankra what men can hear me dem onka wa ha o.
Me too kapa.
Right. So in Shasia, meeting no makwa kosia yenyan ntie the National Leadership of UTAG, a fair wages and salary commission and National Labor Commission mo kosia. Na mo kosia the yenyan ntie nyina say yes UTAG for or mo mpanyimfo Samsung co classroom na won mo kocha de na mo kwade and na mo conclude ye de ne kosi ye yentie opanyi.
Well, National Labor Commission, only paying for they are mandated by law to handle industrial disputes. It is like let's pay for say okay, thank you. So they invited us to listen to both sides. UTAG had declared their strike, and so the Labour Commission invited us. They listened to both ends. They listened to UTAG, they listened to Fair Wages and Salary Commission. They listened to us together as a group, and then they listened to us as different groups, like one group will stay in with them, another group will stay in with them. So, after listening to the parties and our submissions, they concluded UTAG strike illegal, a camera. So they asked them to call off their strike. They should return to the classrooms and then come and engage with Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. Both of us have been asked to return within a month to come and give them feedback as to how our deliberations have gone.
Right. Yara Ankra, is it Yara the Bena mo go back to the negotiating the table?
No, it's dependent on when UTAG calls off the strike. Just in this country, it is not allowed. The laws of the country do not allow us to negotiate once one group is on strike. We will wait for them to call off the strike. That's where we will look at the engagement. The day our mobile stop the strike, that will be the day. I mean, of course, we will extend an invitation, or they can get in touch. We will get in touch in one way or the other, so that we come back to engage.
Yara Ankra, Ghana for Binum Bomo Fair Wages and Salaries Commission so Pempi Samo Munya Majuma Yenti and na resort to time biano na abandonment for na one more teaching any other. Asami Ghana funds Mamuka more Fair Wages and Salary Commission. What you say?
This is one of the things. If we went to National Labour Commission, for example, and they listened to both sides, and they concluded, okay, you doesn't have a case, Fair Wages and Salaries have a case. Next year, people have this impression, they say, and when a group is on strike, and their strike is affecting people, in this particular case, affecting students, parents are also worried. The whole country is on edge, wondering what is going on, when is this going to come to an end. It makes people easily believe the striking. They believe that, okay, maybe UTAG has a point. If they did not have a point, how would they lay off their tools? But in Suyeke, every UTAG member is receiving their salary at the end of the month, full salary. Allowance they take it as well. Current market premium, other premiums they enjoy it. In this particular case, what they're demanding is not on their conditions of service. We have not negotiated it. there was a bankrupt, the government white paper on the determination of market premium. They are almost like what they are trying to push for. They are almost every labor market survey report. That white paper tells us that you cannot negotiate the market premium. It is the employer's prerogative. The owner of the business will determine, the owner in this particular case, government, the employer, will determine whether they want to do market premium or not. And if UTAG goes on strike demanding something that they are not entitled to, something that is not up for negotiation, and they are going on strike as a result, whereas they are enjoying all the allowances and salaries, then it is unfair to the employer.
I was for Yara Ankra, Papa, one of public relations officer at my fair wages and salary commission, and I and a bonk. No, a salary carrier to Monimono, national leadership of UTAG, at the fair wages and salary commission, and national labor commission. One share more one woman in Akosia to say, one more man assisted say, a UTAG at church for one son go back to classroom. Now one and coach Radi and no come on and airborne. Yara Ankra, Yara. Say UTAG for yes sir and call back to classroom. What will be the consequences?
Oh, that would be we cannot say that yet. That would be a bit presumptuous. Say and we don't expect them to say that. We live under the rule of law in this country. And an organization that is handling such matters has given a directive. So I want to believe, we want to believe that UTAG members will take the directive, will respect directive, and go back to the class. And Kamet Revenue Force said we should not have a conversation where we are assuming that they will not call off the strike.
Right, Yara Ankra and Panise or Bratcher and a Bratcher and Quanta de Muna, Maho supposed to be a fly over our country. Anom Nani Nano, a say, wo Ankre, Wakokasa say, UTAG for church for no, some condition of services, and Yamoma, one will resign. Sastamano, the person clear no, and Magana for Nina, who is answer Kessben authentic breaking news today. Okasa Ghana for Nina 8 years. Sasamono no kra na sa wankasa
Kessben as the class this opportunity for me to clarify it. Yeah, I was having an interview with FM, but in interview Nankasa was okay, everything was fine. But when we interview, they have an online department, an online segment, a section, almost PK interview, and they did a story on it. But unfortunately, whoever did the story on the interview misplaced the context and about what I said. Now, normally, we get people getting in touch with us, asking about their work, asking about the relationship between the employer and the employee. Or private business be or some head of some organization, a government organization or parasitical organization, or whether decide say, oh, what my workers are asking for. This is what is going on over here. What do you think? I'll say, oh, go to the National Labor Commission. I'll direct them to someone to help them. Sometimes, if there's something we can do over here, we do to help them. So whenever I get the opportunity, I try to use the situation at hand to paint the picture about how the workspace will be. And to now explain my presenter and say, in this particular case, if you don't have a contract with your employer on something, you cannot come and push the employer for it. Just say whatever exists between your employer, any employer, and what so there is conditions of service are more signing. There are understanding. So even there is something you have started negotiating. Say, oh, more can and all that. That one you can demand. But if it is something that you have not come under any agreement on, let alone come to an agreement on, and there is a document that says this particular thing cannot even be negotiated, when you come in to push your employer to demand it, it becomes a bit work. Now, when you are going for a job, your first appointment letter now, they will write, say, okay, this appointment can end. The employer can decide, can choose to end the employment, and the employee has a right to end the job. But only you have to give 2 months advance notice or related issues like that. So I was talking, say, the employee cannot come and push the employer for something that they don't have, they are not entitled to, they have not negotiated. If the employee comes pushing something like this, and the employer says, no, as for this one, I can't, it will be up to the employee to decide, okay, I will continue working or I will leave this job. And no, that was the explanation that I was giving. And then before I knew it, the story had been picked up, and they said, I said, and the way I almost they wrote it next to UTAG, almost draw UTAG strike. If you are not satisfied, you can resign. Completely forgetting and cancelling out everything, the explanation I gave that led to that particular statement. Now, what kind of story? What kind of say, okay, maybe sometimes you say, oh, maybe this is just a headline. Maybe let me go and read the story. What kind of story now? You don't even see the context in it. Say, oh, this was the conversation we were having before we got to this sentence. They just left it to hang there like that. On top of that, so Omuchron said, before, you have failed to appear before the National Labour Commission. Meanwhile, yes.
Yanesima menas a breno intina yanko yanim. It's usie no.
Just the short of it is that they took the conversation out of context. That's all.
Right. Opani area ebedawasi.
Mesumi damwasipi.
For me, I Ora Ankra, no, I a public relations officer at the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission and no Akobonkomo. Nina, I said they carry too many more. National Leadership of UTAG, Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, and the National Labour Commission. Almost share no, the Oma conclude Amanina, Quaco says, Sabre, UTAG a church for back to the classroom. Na one monk chadi and no come and yene openi akwakobo na yada swa wo UTAG wonom achiate no ho no na quick one ma menkwa homa no so na mene yera asante asare ano papa o aye national secretary at the University Teachers Association of Ghana UTAG ko no ma me ene no monko opani awie yemo ha ho yera asante yemo ha ahoma no ate ateko yenya yera asante ano awa ahoma no so ne baba na omo so omo afamu no watimi de ho amane na yakoye dim abusia meka so Kessben authentic breaking news jumaye na oguso a otie no na mame ma kofi frem pa ba na asanhwe na yebenya Dr. Asare Asante ano ahoma no so no ya ne baba na ono so de obia no wede amaye kofi mame samu akwa ba biem.
All right, akwesi beda CPM na nkofo pa react to papa na kasa no yidim say money met kind sa story ni say enra
and they fly on social media
say elankra koka say obia o pese o ko strike no obetimi akọ strike and is sad but what chechiremu ye tama metie no I was shocked because minim elankra nam no Ghana Broadcasting Corporation
okay
o pe Ghana has one of the finest communicators.
Kofi memo asabam na mamenkwa homa so na mene Dr. Asare Asante ano emo enkomo. Obanyi ono ye national secretary edema UTAG. Yera Asante awie emo ha.
Yenya me ma woni watiefo nso ma
atiefo ane ahwefo so ma wakwaba Yera Asante awie ide etiawa se de ye nyina ye nimo no yenya ntie se National Labour Commission wono ahye mo UTAG for se mon go back to the classroom na ye bisa se dabai na mo call off your strike
yo medase ampa se ne amotie ne ndra ye ko National Labour Commission UTAG e ko hobi representative of GTech in Sunomo. Ministry of Finance no more, Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations no more, and a Fair Wages and Salary Commission. Money a previous a person Mokasai. Now, Neakoba and he says, so born top far, the enders more of the views the strike action declared by UTAG illegal. We baby say then a trust will be. Leadership, one would say 15 public universities. A big Kumasi, a big Accra, a big Cape Coast, a big Takwa. Make us say ye share or individual branches to inform them of the decision of the National Labour Commission. This is a time Pempenswine Yakutu.
Say Yange Ediane Komu Sabre National Labour Commission. One of Ashamo says to say Monsan go back to the classroom.
I did it through about one and said there was a strong presentation from UTAG say near my SA say National Labour Commission Omusa Ebeka yen letter the cost strike. No almost more strong reasons Intia almost Antimianka. Inti a year corner bra near chairman concluded in his UTAG strike illegal.
Yera Sante, Yange, sad decision here about yes, more UTAG at church for say Monsan go back to the classroom no. More and penny for more UTAG no. Are you happy with the decision?
Oh, happy or not happy, cramping the name because what was he eating of when him? Decision about say chairman say the strike is illegal. Now the other can say what was grievances are used for university teachers or they are to abide still no Nemo may say because the 20 minutes Yako na Yakobo Mamma near say na Abba. Into Obonica 7 one step at a time. Into the boy and call for the money we are near essay twice a year.
I was unfortunate. We Dr. Asare Asante and I am a bonko. Papa, you are a general secretary at the UTAG. A church for much idea or my shampoo who do and I am a bonko. Japanese say, what's the way forward?
The way forward in the Senate on young part of the day demands now, they are to abide him and society, university channel, ne Aketian. Yes, I say improve by many young on show. Not only be my especially basic salary na ye cover them. And no, na ye bit down their pension. This son is a hoch teacher for ye can say or much over tino. Yes, I say many young on share. Na on ye bibia and tossing a set. Net tossing me no, send your council. On my idiom, it just say, semi teams, Yakoboma money. Inti, Yasha say, on also baby, Ama teacher, university teachers or more at all.
Dr. Asare Asante Adno, we are grateful for your time.
Okay, Mr. Damas.
Abusia opanyi aye ne ko bon komo wo no aye secretary at the National Association of UTAG ana UTAG a for no one national secretary and aye ne bon komo ni nyina no aye decision asese ene yababa begina ana yababa be sie sese UTAG a for no one and go back to the classroom no and na ye no akobon komo na menka